Hello, my name is Elise, and I'm here with Eric, and we are two staff members from the Upward Bound program at UMF. And we've just created this presentation to give you a little bit more information about the program and what we do, and to kind of walk you through what it would be like to be an Upward Bound participant. So, if you're watching this, then somehow you've heard about us. Maybe someone told you that you're smart and that you have the potential to go to college and be successful there, and you're kind of curious about what it is that we do. Upward Bound is actually a nationwide program. Our section of it is housed at the University of Maine at Farmington, but there are TRIO programs all over the country, and our mission is to work with low-income students who will be the first in their families to go to college. So if your parents don't have a 4-year degree, or you're worried about college and how you'll pay for it and you see that as a barrier, then Upward Bound might be a good program for you. We have a lot of famous alums in our program: Oprah Winfrey and Viola Davis, the Oscar-winning actress, Patrick Ewing. We have astronauts and lawyers and teachers, and alums that might be from your school, who have come to our program and found a way to make it fit into their lives. So if you want to go to college, if you have the motivation and drive to do that, then keep listening and you'll learn more about Upward Bound.
So, many of our students have given us lots of feedback as to what Upward Bound is to them, and these are some common recurring themes that seem to really stand out amongst the students. So first off, it's a large portion of academic preparation. We're a year-round college prep program with a 6-week residential summer component. So we support you throughout the year, and then you get to come and live on campus with us in the summer for 6 weeks and take classes and get to do lots of other activities. Overall, it's a very positive environment. We create a space that allows you to be you, is supportive of you no matter what, and is a judgment-free space. And we really find that students grow and reach their full potential when we create this type of environment. Creates a large support system. This environment allows us to be a support system for each other and the staff for students, and then students for students as well. Really, it's quite collaborative, and people really work together to support each other, and it's a safe space to take risks. People often feel like Upward Bound becomes a family away from home. They meet friends that become lifelong friends, and people that they can rely on as if they are family members. It's exciting. We find ways to create this safe, supportive space so students really start to have fun and find many of our unique offerings are very exciting. We do lots of events and trips and games and things that just allow you to enjoy yourself and not always think about the academic aspect of things. And most importantly, or one of the most important things, is that it is free. Nothing that we talk about in this presentation will cost you anything. All of our services come free to you. You just have to show up and we take care of the rest. So this is really huge for a lot of people, to get to do all of these amazing things that we get to do without any cost. And these are just some of the other things that students have said that Upward Bound was to them and why it was so important and helpful for them. And then next, just some photos to give you a quick snapshot of what Upward Bound looks like during the summer and throughout the year, with college trips and the activities and the academic classroom setting, some projects that students have worked on. It really is a collaborative, fun environment where everyone works together.
And we have a video also that's on our YouTube channel and will be on our website. So that's something else to check out that gives you some perspective from our students directly. They made the video and it tells you a lot of detail about what it's like during the program. So we're assuming that if you've made it this far, you do in fact want to go to college, and that that's your plan. And so if that's the case, Upward Bound provides a lot of different supports that can help you to do that. So as Eric said, it's a year-round program, so that allows us to see you at your school a couple of times a month, but also to provide opportunities for you to get together with the new friends that you've made from other schools, and go on college visits, to be able to do some social and cultural things. We also, as we said, it's free, but we also pay you to be in the program. So that takes a lot of different forms. That could be, we have stipends that we give you for participation in our summer program, also for attending meetings once a month. But we also provide monetary support in the form of paying for your college applications, paying for your SAT scores to be sent to schools. If you'd like to take the SATs more than once, we can offer assistance in different ways. And all of the college visits and trips that we take you on are free to you. So we never ask you to contribute any money. All of our students and our staff say that it's a life-changing experience, and that's different for everyone. For some people, that's a small change. Like, I didn't think that I could take an honors level class, and Upward Bound gave me the confidence to do that. For other people, it's a 180-degree change. Like, I never envisioned myself as a college student, and now I'm going to college, and I'm even thinking about graduate school. For me, it was life-changing as a staff member. It completely changed my career plans, and made me want to do this for the rest of my life. So I think everybody has a story of change that Upward Bound has given to them, and so we hope that it will be a life-changing experience for you as well.
So when we say it's free, we really mean it. I don't think we can stress that enough. And it seems too good to be true, but really it is free. And the way that works is we are a grant-funded program. So that means that every 5 years we submit a proposal to the United States government and ask them for money. We tell them what we're going to do with it, and we hope that they trust us to do all of the things that we say that we're going to do. That includes all of the trips that you go on, the snacks at your after-school meetings, the summer program where you come and live on campus. All of these things are covered for in this grant. And we have staff members who work tirelessly to write that in order to get the funding to support you. Also, you get a free credit for high school. So you will have Upward Bound on your transcript, and that will show up to colleges that you were a part of Upward Bound. So that's really nice that it's this free extra credit that colleges will see. We also offer tutoring during the school year. If you're not feeling like you're doing very well in a class, we can get you a free tutor. We work with a bunch of students and professional tutors who are really excited and willing to help, and that's all free for you.
The other cool thing about tutoring, Eric, is that we hire our superstar academic students to be tutors. We train them so they can put it on their resume, and we give them more money because we pay them to tutor their peers. So that's a kind of cool thing that we do as well.
Yeah, definitely, and just another opportunity to earn some more money, which always is helpful throughout the school year. So we kind of expect with this program is that you'll be with us for 2 full summers. I know sometimes it's hard to look forward that far, but we really do trust that once you experience it, you'll want to come back for every summer forever. So this summer, the dates for the program are June 24th through August 3rd. We have a Sophomore Scholars Week, which we'll get into a little bit later and explain more of what that looks like, where the rising sophomores will come for just 1 week of the program and get lots of individualized, specialized instruction there. And that's July 8th through 13th. The program runs Sunday evenings to Friday afternoons. There are some chances for weekend trips, so if you just don't want to go home for the weekend and you can't stand being away from your Upward Bound friends, you can go on camping trips with them. And lastly, some free room and board as well. So all the food is taken care of, your sleeping accommodations, everything is taken care of for you. As you may notice, too, these dates encompass the 4th of July. And I think that the students who have stuck around for the 4th of July will speak so highly of the experience. We get to be in the parade in town, and we go and have a barbecue and go swimming and go see fireworks. It's really a fun day. But that being said, you also are allowed to go home for the 4th of July. So if you have plans with your family, you are welcome to leave for that day. We'll explain when you would need to come back by. But it is a really fun day, so if you want to stick around, everyone gets really into it. And you may see some patriotic photos throughout the rest of the slideshow, and those are all from our 4th of July parade experience. So
keep an eye out for Eric's glitter beard. So if you students to tell you about what they love about Upward Bound, they're going to immediately start talking about the summer program. So before we get too far into that, I want to tell you a little bit about what we do year round, and that's that we feel is equally as important, but some of our students forget that it's part of the program. So we come to your school and we visit you. We visit you once a month as an individual meeting, and so that consists of us, working together to help figure out where you're at, where you're headed, what you need, whether that's thinking about a career or thinking about colleges, or for seniors actually working on applications and financial aid and all of the details that go into getting into college. And then once a month after school, there's a group meeting, and that's for everyone at your school to get together. And there's snacks. That's the one you get paid $10 to attend. And really the focus is on, regrouping, connecting with each other, and maybe learning some good study habits or things that will make you successful in college. We also go on college trips. About once a month, we have an activity that you can participate in. And, we want you to see as many college campuses during your high school career as possible, because it's so important to visit a college campus, see if you could envision yourself there, or equally as important, say, no way, I do not like it here. So we go on a lot of college trips. Some of them are overnight. We stay in hotels, you get food, and then some of them are just day trips where you get a tour and get to experience what it's like on the college campus. Because we are a program that there are multiple other programs in our state. There are 5 Upward Bounds in Maine, and then they're all across New England. We get to have some regional UB events too, where you get to meet Upward Bounders from other programs and do things together as a group. We also offer cultural trips like going to the theater, or as you can see up in the left-hand corner, that picture is of a filming of the night show, which takes place on the NESCOM campus. And so we were able to go and be in the studio audience and meet the actors and see the production of the show. We also have reunions, which are just times to kind of get back together and see each other again. Just last weekend, we went sledding and skiing and just had a really good time together, just doing recreational things. And then, as Eric mentioned, we also have tutoring that's available to you anytime that you need it. So if you think you want to take a risk and take an AP class, but you're a little nervous about how you might be able to do, then you can request a tutor, and that person will come to your school and work with you and help you through, just like you in college, how you would be successful in a college class.
So then,
now the summer program.
So as Elise mentioned, our students most fondly remember the summer program. So I like to think that we're a pretty fun place to spend your summer, and a worthwhile experience. And our summer program is kind of broken down into 3 big chunks. Obviously, academics is our largest focus, but we also focus on many other things that really help round out the experience into giving you an authentic snapshot of what college will be like. So we also break it down into career experience, where you have a job for the summer. Some students have jobs. And then social and cultural experiences, which are things that we do in the evenings or on Fridays, and just get to experience something new that you might have not seen before. And we'll explain all of this in the coming slides.
Academics, because we are an academic program. So you'll take 5 classes, 3 every day. And our classes are really unique, so we'll just walk you through what happens in each class. So in science, we offer 2 classes, chemistry and physics. Our rising juniors take chemistry and seniors take physics. This particular year, our physics class is going to be through the lens of astronomy, so there'll be a lot of information about space and telescopes and planets and things like that. Our sciences are lab sciences, so you're using the science labs on campus, and our students, are doing 1 to 2 labs a week. And so it's very hands-on, very interactive, and you get to learn how to write a lab report for college, which is really great.
So you also will take English. We break our English classes up into senior English and underclassmen English. In the underclassmen English, you'll work on reading, writing, and it's very discussion intensive. Your focus is on writing a thesis-driven essay and then other assignments that go along with that. Also, it's a good point to mention, the entire program reads a book for the summer, so regardless of which English class you're in, everyone's reading the same book, and that is often used to drive discussion and assignments within the English class. And we like to pick new, fresh books. We don't do the old classics. It's new things that are often being turned into movies, like every day. And so it's a really fun opportunity, and always gives you something that you can talk to someone else about. And then, so to get back on track with the English classes, the seniors, this is, I think, an amazing experience that you get to work on your senior essay or your college essay. So this makes it so you're basically completed with your college essay before you even start your senior year. So when your friends are struggling to finish in time to get their applications out, you will have already had yours done, and it just takes one less thing off of your plate for your extremely busy senior year that you will have.
Our math classes are awesome. So what we do is we figure out what everyone is going to be doing in the fall for math, and then we make math classes around those needs. So you will be placed in the math that you're going into in the fall, and basically we see the 6 weeks as a preview for that class. And most of our students walk away feeling a lot more confident. Many of them have what they call a code book, which are notes and equations and worksheets that they can literally take with them to class in the fall and use as resources. And our classes are really small, so when they need one-on-one attention, their teacher is right there. And with 6 people or 10 people in a math class, you really get your questions answered, and our students walk away feeling like they're ready for the school year ahead.
I think one extremely fun thing too, I remember a math class a couple years ago graphed parabolas with a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
So the teachers really try to find fun ways to really relay the information, so it's not just the standard lecture in math that you get in your schools.
Absolutely. And we'll offer everything. So geometry through AP Calc, AP Stats. So whatever math you're going into, we can accommodate that for you.
So we also offer a foreign language. We usually offer 2 foreign languages, and one really neat thing is that we try to give you a foreign language that you would not receive in your regular high school. So this ensures that everyone comes in on a level playing field. No one's an expert more than the other. You're all learning the same language at the same time. Which is really cool. And we sometimes get the teachers, too, that have come from the countries that are teaching the languages. So we've had Russian in the past, and Japanese, and Lao, and last summer we had Bosnian, Croatian, and Serbian, and Arabic. So we really try to branch out and give you languages that you wouldn't get in school. And I think the students really enjoy getting to learn these different languages, and it's really a fresh a take on it for them.
And your 5th class is called Success Seminar. This is close to my heart because when I started as a staff member, I was a teaching assistant in this class. But really the subject of Success Seminar is you. So that means that you already know all the answers, and it's just going to be an opportunity for you to get to know yourself better and become a better student. So our juniors are really focused on what makes me successful in school now, what can I improve, what's the transition to college going to be like, where am I going to go to college, what do I want to do after college, just a lot of answering of questions and exploration. For seniors, Success Seminar is the how-to of the senior year. So we take the whole senior year and compress it into the 6 weeks, and you work on your college applications, you work on your financial aid, you're writing your essay in English class, so you bring that in. And basically our seniors start school in the fall ready to hit submit on their applications. And so when other people around them are just starting to think about college, our seniors are ready to go and feel really confident after being in Success Seminar for the summer.
So those 5 classes that we just discussed are all what make up your morning routine, and those rotate through. So you have each class 3 times a week, right? At least.
Yep.
So you're not doing the same fixed schedule every day, which is really fun. It keeps it new and different every day, so you're not getting locked into that same schedule. However, after lunch, after you do your 5 morning classes, you go to lunch, and then you have your electives. These are for the underclassmen who aren't attending work experience. And these classes are more interest-based, that you get to kind of branch out and maybe learn a traditional academic topic through other means. So previous electives that we've had in the past were history through video games, so they learned about history while just getting to play video games. We've done chemistry of paint, inventor's workshop, 2D to 3D art. There's been music electives, theater productions, creative writing, history of sports. The list goes on, and these are where our teachers get to kind of introduce their passions to the students and express their passions through their love for academics as well. And I think the students really enjoy this time to get to work with the teachers in that manner.
Absolutely. All right, we have 3 more important things to tell you about the classroom at Upward Bound. The first is that, just to reiterate, that our classes are very small. So we're a small program, and we really believe in individualized attention from your teachers. The other amazing thing is that your teachers all live in the building with you in the dorm. So they're right there. They're there to talk to you at lunchtime about what's going on. They're there to continue the conversation outside of class. And they're there to support you through every step of the academic aspect of Upward Bound. Eric, do we have homework at Upward Bound?
We do. However, we like to have our teachers keep the homework pretty light, and we give you time during the day. So every evening there's study session where everyone in the program is working on homework at the same time. It's a really great time to get to work together. Sometimes your teachers might assign small group projects. It's a collaborative time, and the great thing, like Elise said, the teachers live in the dorm with you, so often the teachers are right there to help you during study session. So you don't have to have that going all night without being able to ask your teacher a question, because they'll be there in the evening. So there is homework, but it's not so bad.
It's also a great time if you have any summer homework. If you're going to take an AP class in the fall, sometimes your teachers will assign summer homework, and our staff and our teachers are happy to help you with that as well. So that's a time when, if you're going to be doing a class, you can get extra assistance.
Yeah. And one more thing to note too with homework, we have access to the computer center on campus. So this is a building with 15 computers or so, and they have Macs and PCs, and this is open to you to be able to use, so you don't feel like you need to bring a laptop. It's okay if you don't have access to a computer like that. we've got resources here on campus that can help you out in those situations.
And the last thing is about whether or not we have grades. So we do not have grades at Upward Bound. We do find other ways to assess your performance in the classroom. And so what we feel is that maybe a B or a C or an A minus doesn't really tell you as much about your performance as a written evaluation. So each of your teachers do a narrative evaluation of your performance in the class, and you get that document at the end of the summer or at the beginning of the next school year. And they give you a lot of amazing detailed feedback about your strengths as a student and some challenges for you, and they push you to think about yourself as a student the next year. So you might hear something like, I really want you to speak more in class when you get back to school in the fall, because when you speak up, your voice is heard and other people benefit from it. So that gives you a lot of great information to help you be a better student in the classroom in high school, and of course to envision yourself as a college student. And so it's that assessment or evaluation that determines whether or not you get the credit that Eric talked about at the beginning. We also have this really cool opportunity. So if you stay with us for multiple summers and you want to come back the summer between college and between high school and college, you can be a bridge student. And that program, you take a separate class that is for college credit, and you have a different experience, academic experience.
All right. So we just wanted to take a moment to share some things that students have said about the preparation that they receive from the Upward Bound experience. So it's an amazing in-class experience. It's stress-free without grades. That evaluation really helps break down the stress. They've achieved understanding of topics before heading to school in the fall, which is really amazing and valuable. The teachers are attentive, and the classroom has an upbeat environment with fun, unique, and exciting learning methods. So these are just some things that the students have said about their preparation in the past.
All right, so after a morning of classes, then it's time to eat lunch. And I think Eric and I equally want to talk about this slide because we both like all the food at Upward Bound. So we can kind of tag team this. But if you've ever been to UMF and you've had a chance to eat in the cafeteria, you'll know that there are lots of options. It's all you care to eat, and even if you have dietary restrictions, we can accommodate those in some way. There's always a salad bar. There's always cereal if you're a picky eater. There's ice cream at every meal, yes, even breakfast. You don't have to do dishes. I'm a Pepsi fan, so there's Pepsi, but there's also Coke if you want it.
There's coffee, there's tea. I know I love filling up my mug multiple times in the morning before starting for the day. So there's lots of options. There's always a sandwich bar. For lunch, there's really most things that you would need or could even imagine wanting. There's fresh fruit, cereal, cookies, chips, salads, bagels, and chicken nuggets. This seems to be one of the most popular, probably the most popular night in the dining hall. Students, they just put out lots of chicken nuggets, and people will eat, fill up entire plates and go back for seconds and thirds and eat lots of chicken nuggets.
They're delicious.
They're just like McDonald's, if not better. So that's a really popular night in the dining hall.
Okay, so we finish lunch and then we get into the afternoon. So earlier we talked about how our underclassmen take electives in the afternoon, but our seniors do what's called career experience. And the whole focus of this is to give you some career experience that you can put on your resume to hopefully connect to what you're thinking about doing in the future. And give you a chance to also get volunteer hours that you may need for high school graduation or for future scholarships. And so you'll fill out a questionnaire and tell us what you're thinking about, and then we will try to match you. And so these are some pictures of places our students have worked: the district attorney's office, the hospital, different offices on campus.
Sodexo, they worked for the dining hall.
Yep, the daycare on campus. Up in the corner, that student was doing some filming, and that student actually made the video that is on our YouTube channel that's about an introduction to Upward Bound. So that's a kind of cool project that came out of Career Experience. Do we have more? No? Okay.
All right. So we've talked a lot about academics and the academic support that you receive at Upward Bound, which while we value so much, and we know that that is such a large experience and part of college, we also understand that it's not all about studying and spending your time in the books. So realizing this, we've done a lot to recreate a similar experience that you would get at college. Like I said, it's not all studying. There's a lot of value in the social connections you make and the cultural events you go to on campus, and spending some downtime making ramen in your dorm with your best friend. These experiences really help round out the college experience. So we do our best to try to recreate that for you. So we have nights where you get to do different sort of arts, and we'll talk more about these later, but whether it's painting or dancing, there's advisor groups where you'll meet with a specific group of other students, a small group, and you'll do that once a week, or twice a week rather. There's ropes courses and special interest nights of a variety of different things, and some nights we travel and go off campus and get out of town, which is something you might do when you're in college, and go to a speaker or a play. And then in the evening, like we mentioned before, there's study sessions, so we do realize that you do need time to work on the homework, which you would end up doing in college anyway. We just kind of give you the time to do that, so you don't have to worry about taking that time yourself. And then lastly, free time. So just getting to hang out in the dorm. And like we've mentioned, the staff live right in the dorm. So that's a great time to get to kind of interact with your staff on a personal level and not just in a classroom setting. You might get to learn what their favorite movie is or who their favorite musician is. These times all really happen during that downtime. And we really enjoy that gets to happen at Upward Bound.
Here's some pictures from special interest nights. We have an amazingly talented staff, and we ask them to share those talents with you a couple times a week. And so there will be multiple offerings at the same time, and you can sign up for what you want to do. And that picture with the swords, that was a stage combat class. There's frisbee and volleyball. There's makeup. Cheese making, video games, tie-dyeing, an Upward Bound Pride night, kayaking, screenwriting, history night. There we did a Chopped evening where we did recipes and had judges, escape rooms, soccer, Quidditch. You name it. If you have a special interest that you would like to turn into a special interest night, you can always get a staff member to support you as well.
I think the Chopped night, I had some combinations of food I would have never expected to have tried.
It's really fun.
Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff can come from these nights. Also like to devote a special night for arts specifically. We realize sometimes the special interest nights encompass arts, but these ones are specifically geared toward different arts. So whether it be performing or studio arts, we really try to hit it all. So as you can see, there's a student with a ukulele, so we've done music arts nights. The bottom right-hand corner, you'll see some people dancing. I think one of our most popular arts nights historically is square dancing. So the local square dancing group comes in, and we have between 40 and 50 students all go to the student center, and they get an hour and a half to 2 hours of square dancing, and they teach you all the steps. You don't have to have any experience. I know I did it, and I had so much fun, and I had never square danced in my life. So we really like to offer a wide variety of arts. In the past, we've also done painting or knitting or singing or improv theater, a cappella. Really, and this is kind of another thing too, where if you have an art that you'd like to share, we'd love to entertain that idea as well, and let you lead an arts night as well.
So like Eric said, Upward Bound is really a family, and we use advisor groups to be a smaller family within the larger family of Upward Bound. And so you'll be with an advisor and 6 or 7 other Upward Bound students once a week. And it's a place where you'll get to know each other really well. You will maybe make dinner together, maybe do a challenge course, some team building kind of stuff. You might go on a trip. You might go hiking. You might go and have a picnic somewhere. And really, it's all about getting together, being closer, and getting to know yourself better in the process. And our advisor groups culminate in Advisor Group Olympics.
Yeah, so this is a really fun night. We treat it like the real Olympics. We have an opening ceremony on the Sunday night before that's starting the week. Oftentimes you'll see the advisor groups have similar colored t-shirts on. That's often a fun activity, is getting to make a team t-shirt, uniform almost. And then we just get together and have so much fun competing in different events. And your advisor will compete right along with you for some of the events. They'll be helping. And then we end up, after the Olympic competition, we end up having a closing ceremony where everyone gets awards. Every group gets an award, but we do give out some bronze, silver, and gold medals. So that's something to look forward to as well. And I think it's a great time to come together and all have some healthy competition, and everyone has a lot of fun.
We get off campus when we can. So every summer we go to the theater at Monmouth and see a play. We also bring in speakers and give you a chance to do some of the things that you might do in college, like watch documentary or foreign films, or have a presentation about something that kind of expands your view of the world. And then on Friday afternoon, we have what's called enrichment seminars, which is where we take the afternoon to kind of explore a topic in depth. And we do a day of service. We go on college visits. We may do some art-based activities or wellness activities. In the top left-hand picture, that's one of our professors here on campus, a professor of geology, who took students on a hike and at the same time explained to them about the geology of Western Maine. And in the right-hand corner, upper right, that's some of our students visiting a farrier and learning about taking care of horses as a career and what that looks like. And so it varies from summer to summer, but we always try to spend the afternoon having a great time before we send you home for the weekend.
Before we talk about the options for continuing Upward Bound through the weekends, we want to take a minute to discuss this brand new, exciting Sophomore Scholars Week. It's something that we've never done before, but I know that we will do it well. So this year, typically in the past, sophomores have had the opportunity to come for 3 days in the summer and shadow a current student that's going through their daily life on campus. But we kind of realized that the sophomores weren't getting as rich of an experience as they should have been getting. They were maybe sitting in on an AP Calc class, but if they're a sophomore, they're not taking AP Calculus. So we decided to transform their experience into a full week with individualized programming. So in the mornings, there will be specific academic programming just for this sophomore cohort. You'll get to work together in lots of different capacities and really get to know each other. Really, we're hoping that this builds some long-lasting friendships and people that you'll be excited to come back and see again the next summer for the full summer. So like I said, in the mornings there'll be academic programming for you. In the afternoons there'll be different sort of explorations, whether that be looking at different careers or other cultural things. And then in the evenings, you'll kind of join in with the rest of the group. So whether that be attending an advisor group or seeing a speaker or going to a play with the group, that in the evenings you'll be one with the rest of the group. But we are really excited about the potential for this building a sophomore community and having some closer relationships with your peers at your age level. And then this will really just offer individualized academic support so that you'll have a specific teacher for just your week, and they'll be there to help you out through all of the academic work for the week, and they'll just be there to help you out. So
all right, this is where we live. This is Dakin Hall on the campus, and we have the whole building to ourselves. So we spread out. We have about 100 students and staff on campus, and we live in every inch of the building. There is a lounge, which I think it was going to pop up here in a second. Yeah, it never looks that clean. Usually it looks very lived in because Dakin is our home. So there's games and socks and
books,
backpacks and all kinds of stuff all over the place. But we spend a lot of time together. There's laundry facilities. There's a lounge. There's a ping pong table. There are study spaces. There's a piano. All of the things that you might need. We don't have any rules about how neat you can keep your room or clean. You can set it up however you want. You will have a roommate, and this can usually be a really stressful part for students as they anticipate coming to the summer program. And so we just want to reassure you that we are very careful about putting roommates together, and we do it in the way that colleges do. So we give you a questionnaire that asks you questions about your sleep schedule, your cleanliness, your study habits, your hobbies, your music and television and book tastes, your LGBTQ friendliness, whatever you think is important about you as an individual. And then we spend a whole day matching people up. And we know a lot of our students already because they're coming back for another summer. So the new students, we try to match them with someone who has a little bit of experience and can kind of show them the ropes. And usually our students are so pleased with their roommates. They make friends for life. We even have an alum who just told us this year that she graduated in 2000 from high school, and she still texts her roommate from Upward Bound almost every day. They live on separate sides of the country, but they are still in communication. So I think we do a pretty good job with roommates and making sure that you have someone who you're going to really have a good relationship with.
And I think it's important to note, too, that we try to match you with someone who's been through the program before. So if that is able to happen, that way you have someone who already knows the ropes. So you automatically have someone you can go to ask questions about the schedule or when you have to be in the dorm, things like that. So that, I think, is really beneficial for the new students as well.
Mm-hmm. Make this as an authentic college experience as possible. So you are treated like a college student in that you have access to everything that UMF has to offer. So you'll have a membership to the Health and Recreation Center, which has a pool and lots of weight machines. It has courts and a track. There's also an outdoor volleyball court. There are coffee shops and a snack bar, the computer lab, as Eric mentioned, and our library where you'll get a library card. You'll be able to take books out if you want to, whether for your personal reading or for classes. And you can use the Student Learning Commons, which is an area of the library where students can go and study and do work. So you really get to experience life as a college student here at UMF.
And I think a lot of our students, especially like the athletes, use the time in the morning before breakfast. They'll go to the gym and go swimming or get a workout and a run. So it's used a lot, I think, and our students really take advantage of accessing these facilities. So, as we mentioned before, there is a little bit of free time each day, and this can look like a lot of different things, whether it be doing face masks and relaxing or playing Just Dance on the Wii. This is time for you to kind of unwind from the day. We keep you really busy all day, so this is a great time to kind of relax and reflect on the day and get ready for bed and just kind of wind down. And like I said, a great time to hang out with other students that you might not always get to see or staff. It's just a great time to relax and get ready for the next day.
And relationships are really important to us at Upward Bound. People meet friends that will be their friends for life, whether that's their roommate or someone in their advisor group or in their classes, or maybe even getting to know someone who goes to your school better. Any way you look at it, our students really make friends for life. And even as a staff member, I feel like I have made friends who I will, always have with me because of the intense experience that we have at Upward Bound. And even though you go home on Fridays around 4 and you don't have to be back on until Sunday night, if you don't want to go home, there are some options for you. So we offer camping trips on the weekends, and those are trips where you don't have to have any prior experience or equipment. We have everything from tents to sleeping bags to headlamps. We provide all the food, and all you have to do is want to spend more time with us. So those could include going to the ocean, to Acadia or Moosehead or Rangeley, Mount Blue State Park, places in New Hampshire. We have an experienced staff who will guide you on those trips and give you a chance to spend more time together. We also go on a social justice trip one weekend of the Upward Bound program, and that's one where you can sign up and go meet other Upward Bounders from all over New England who come together for a social justice conference, and you get to learn more from them and from each other. And then we also have a leadership weekend where students can develop their leadership skills by spending the weekend together.
All right, so students have many favorite parts to the summer program, and if you get them talking, they'll talk all day about their favorite parts. So these are just some of the main things that students really enjoy and really remember fondly for years to come after leaving the summer program. So the meeting new people, going on those weekend camping trips. At the end of the summer, we do a banquet where we have a really fancy dinner and everyone dresses up if they want to. And we do some awards, and then there's followed by a dance, it's just a really fun way to spend the last night. Some students really appreciated learning a new language, or the other trips involved college visits. Sometimes it's just bowling that people really enjoyed, which is often something that we do in the summer, or going to the theater at Monmouth, and just having that authentic college experience before they go to college is really important for a lot of people.
So if you're wondering, would I fit in at Upward Bound? Do people like me go to Upward Bound? I can assure you that yes, there is a place for you among us. And, it's not like high school where people tend to group together with people who are just like them, and that kind of sometimes we fit into different stereotypes. At Upward Bound, it's just everybody's together. And so if you're worried about whether or not there's a place for you, you will be able to find your people and also just be an individual at the same time.
So one thing, and I think we can kind of tag team this one
Yeah.
as well. One thing that I think sets our program apart from other programs is our commitment to this policy that we have called the no discount policy. So when you go to the store and something is discounted, it's often because it's damaged or it's last season, nobody wants it anymore, so it's at a reduced value. We take this and apply it to us as humans, and how we don't want anyone to ever feel less than or devalued. So we strive and work really hard to create an atmosphere where discounts don't occur or recur at a much less frequent pace. We really try to work with each other, and not in a punitive way of reminding people not to discount themselves or other people, but it's just a reminder, and something that by the end of the summer you'll find yourself not even thinking negative thoughts about yourself or other people.
And I think, for our students, because our students are so amazing, the part about not discounting other people is easy. There's no harassment or bullying or anything like that. It's the not discounting yourself part that's a real challenge, and trying not to say I suck at math when you go into math class, or say I'm so stupid because I didn't know how to do that. And I think what's really cool is how your thinking changes over the 6 weeks that you're with us, and you stop waking up in the morning and looking at your hair and making some comment about how awful it is and starting your day on that kind of negative tone, because we all do that. And we start just saying, you know what, I don't need to say that about myself. I can just be positive, or I can just not say anything at all, and just kind of go through my day. And it really starts to change your thinking. And I can say that for me on a personal level, that was an amazing experience. My first summer when I was a staff member at Upward Bound.
Yeah, and I think it creates this safe environment that really allows you to take risks and try something new, whether it be playing volleyball for the first time. No one is going to make comments about you or how you play, or you might try wearing that sweater that you didn't know how other people might think about it, so you haven't worn it yet. It really creates this space, an environment for people to take risks, and without the worry of what other people may say.
Mm-hmm. So here are the schools that we serve. We're in a lot of target schools, and so if your school is on this list, then we're coming to you, and you'll meet friends from all of these schools as well. Just because we are affiliated with the University of Maine at Farmington doesn't mean that you have to go to UMF for college. So our students go kind of all over the place, to the state of Maine system, the state community college system, the private schools in Maine, as well as schools outside of Maine. So many of our students choose to leave Maine and go in all different places across the country.
Yeah, even California and Florida. It really extends. So, when it comes down to it, we want you. We want students who are willing to take the advice we give and to maybe make some changes in current study habits that you have right now, or mindsets that you have about your future in college. And we want to be able to help you see that you can achieve all of these things that you might not think are possible. So really being willing to change and commit to be with us for a couple summers. Like I said, I know it's a big commitment, but we want students who are willing to really join in with the program, and be willing to stick through with us through graduation of high school.
Exactly when you're watching this presentation, and so there are some dates on here, but the dates aren't really as important as the process of how to apply. So if you are interested, there are a couple of ways that you can start. First, you can go to our website and you can download the eligibility assessment form. That's the first step, and you will need whoever you live with to help you with that, because you have to put some income information on that form. Or you can go to your guidance counselor, to your guidance office, and ask for an eligibility form, and they can help you with that as well. You can bring that eligibility form back to guidance, and they will send it to us. And once we get that and determine that you're eligible, we'll send you everything that you need to apply. So you'll get an application packet with that looks a lot like a college application. An application, some teacher recommendation forms, guidance recommendation, a release for us to get your test scores and grades. You'll give those recommendation forms out to an English or math teacher and one other teacher who knows you really well. And then again, bring all the pieces back to guidance, and they'll send them to us. And then when we have everything, we'll interview you. For this academic year, we're looking to get this all wrapped up by early May. But if you're watching this and it's the summer, or you're watching this at the beginning of the next fall, we also have a process where you can submit an eligibility at any time. So don't let those dates deter you from finding out more if you have an interest or you have questions. Again, all of our information is available on our website, and our email addresses. We have a 1-800 number. You can always call and ask. And if your parents have questions, then please also encourage them to call us or email. We do a really extensive orientation before the summer program where parents can take a tour of campus and hear about our safety and all of our policies and procedures about how we keep you safe and take care of you. And so please encourage them to reach out as well. No question is stupid, and we really want to make sure that you know what you're getting into if you're excited about it. So thanks for listening to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
We hope you found this informative, and we hope to see you here at UMF.
We're excited to meet you.